Hi, I'm Melanie Florence, and this is the Hot Tea for the Soul. Hot Tea for the Soul is about really connecting with your higher consciousness, having a bit of a sip, and really listen for the hot gossip of what we got going on. Today, I'm doing a love reading. It's sort of a self-love reading. When I started this channel, I had this reading pop into my head. So I've done it over and over, and it's a self-love pyramid. So 5 lines for how we got here, 4 for our healing element, 3 for our healing element, 3 for our practical world, 2 for our partnerships, and 1, the self-love card for you. So I'm going to be using the green wood because that's the deck I've been using for 25 years. And so cutting it down, I've got a lot of decks this last year, and this has evolved so much in the last 5 months since I've started this channel. So we're going to keep on moving, and we're going to talk about self-love. What have we got today? So I do have a couple of other decks on the table for us to draw some cards from because I got this collection going on. Why not? So 2 of them happen to be Tony Carmen Selinaro decks. I really like his decks. This is the Gaia. All right, Moonlight Goddess. Repressed emotions, healing and reflection. All right, so this being a self-love reading, we're going to really talk about this a little bit for a second. So there's a connection to the moon, and the moon that we move our tides and we move our emotions. And so this has got some repressed. This is talking about, what haven't you brought out into the light? What have you got that is hiding within you? The moon goddess wants to know so you can heal. So this is a card of reflection where we look back at ourselves and we look back at what's been going on in our lives to get us to where we're going. And the moon goddess is asking you to bring those forward, all right, and bring those out. Gaia is asking us to connect with the deeper realm and really reflect and bring those out so that you can heal. What are you repressing? It's a real water element card just there. Pisces would connect. So it's a 2. It's about duality as well. So I'm also going to draw one from the Blue Angel Oracle. All right, what have we got? Oh, there's the one. Michael Descent, Joyful Empowerment. Okay. So we've got Michael Descent, Joyful Empowerment. And you know what? I'm going to read a little bit from the books. Give me 1 second. Let's find this. 32. Let's see what this is. Because I like reading from where they came from. Give me a second. We do a reading here. Story time. Okay, so we have, my protective light surrounds you. Accept it and let it flow through into your heart. May it bring great joy and balance to your body and mind and perceptions. There is no separation, for we are one, just as heaven and earth are one. I am with you. I am a reflection of your soul. Let us celebrate the joy of living and embrace the totality of who we are, 2 souls within one beautiful spirit. You are much more than you know. You are the past, the present, and the future. Awaken to the joyful manifestation of empowerment that is the true essence that will bring you pure joy. Okay. So Michael descends. So Michael descends inside of us. So Archangel Michael. And you know what? There's a list. There's a list of archangels. I've got an angel deck, so I'm going to have to look in. But, Michael, I took some really great photos. So he's everywhere, And this is his strength and passion to know that this is inside of you. Like that it's inside of your soul. And that you are all of those things. So you bring forth what has bothered you from the past. Because you are the past, the present, and the future. Bring it to light is what those 2 cards say to me together. All right, in our self-love reading. Okay, and this is the Work Your Light deck, right? So, what have we got from the Work Your Light? What have we got? Work Your Light for the peeps out there. In the love reading. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors are beside you. You are not alone. You're not alone in this path. And you know what? Part of me reaching out and doing these videos were to show people I'm really here to share the love, and you're not alone. And when I've reached out, I can see I'm not alone. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world that you got to connect. You're not alone. There are keepers of the earth. We're all out here together. All right. So we got to be joyful in our empowerment and heal from our reflection. All right. So. Angels' wings all over the place. Goddesses and angels' wings and moon. There's a nice big moon in there. Earth keeper. Earth keeper. So keepers of the earth we are. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. We all stand beside you. We all got here on a big path. You know, I think it's really important to think and understand that you are a conglomeration of people who got to here. Okay. So, you're not alone. You are not alone. Alright. They're here, your ancients here standing beside you. I'm going to turn down, and this is going to be 5-line reading. I'm going to use the Greenwood Tarot. Wow, flow is interesting today. Really only just started back on these videos, just to, just did an update. Like, so, yeah. This is a growing, changing thing for me this year. So, let's go. Let's be joyful. Let's be joyful in our healing. Alright, that we're not alone. We're protected. I'm going to turn it down so you can actually see the reading on the deck. Oh, look, attraction on the bottom. Ooh, attraction. That's a nice place to start. Oh, my thing on a spring. Let's turn it down so you can actually see the reading and the cards on the table. Alright, this has been set out a little bit differently this week and a little bit different again next week. That's how I'm rolling. Alright, so 5 cards for how we got here, peeps, on this self-love journey. Ooh. Injustice. There were things you didn't know. The scales have been tipped and turned. This is of the mind. This is of our communication being arrows. So this is really like the scales have been tipped, the bow is broken, and something was unfair. You didn't see it. It felt like you were blinded to it. Maybe you felt like you were blinded to what the world's been going on, or, that you just don't feel that's fair. But the scales have been tipped, and they have been tipped, and the communication inside of it is tipped. All right, so... because this has been a period of clearance. So, wow, so clearance doesn't come up for a little bit. Clearance is really wonderful. The 7s are always a healing. The 7 of Wands is talking about spiritual back burning. It's really talking about getting in and chopping down the, all of the dead shit and putting it in a pile and burning it. And this is really talking about things that you used to believe in. You know what? You're allowed to change everything you believed in last year. You're allowed to turn on your heel and go, I've got new information, my life has changed, and life has changed, and I'm now changing how I believe. And this card is about clearing all of that spiritual stuff, all of those past passions. This might be, you were attached to things that you believed made you who you were, and now you believe something different. And that's fantastic. Burn it and re-dream, right? So this is about clearing out your spiritual garden, doing some spiritual back burning. All right. What else we got? Oh, because we move on to the Hearthfire. So the Hearthfire, we've got 7, 8. 7, 8, this is great. So the Hearthfire, you see all of the wands pointing inward to what makes our heart warm, what makes the fire in the middle of the hearth of our house. All right, so we have this material house, but we have this faith and we have this spirit and what we believe in, and this turns all of this in from this, what we actually have let go of what we don't believe in anymore, and then we turn it internally to really strengthen what we believe inside of ourselves. All right, good. It's nice. All right. Whoop. Because this is an emotional, this is passion, this is romantic, this is the Page of Cups. So the Cups is our emotional connection. So this is really talking about, that really romantic heart that is it's a lover of the world, who there's some sort of romantic messages out there that are getting through to you, maybe to love the world. Because it's not all about loving people, it's about playing it forward and loving yourself. So you might be getting, little inspirations of that along the way. One more card for how we got here. One more card for how we got here. Oh, the fox. Foxy lady. Alright, so this is often seen as the player card, the Knight of Wands. So this guy is he's a man of faith. He's not ready to settle down because he's still looking over here. There's a divining rod. He's looking for, divine inspiration. He's looking for, the things that actually mean stuff to him. And so when you combine these two cards together, you've really got these emotional messages and there's like this divine faith thing that you're still looking for. So, this doesn't mean when we see this energy that you're out, frisking it around. It can be like, but this is like they say it's a player energy because it's out there being excited and being empowered. Joy empowerment. Here, look, joy empowerment. It can be lustful, but it's really about grabbing what your passions and your spirit is driving you to do and taking it out. Those little messages of love that are coming to you. Oh, or it might be turned away from you. Look at that. See that there? All right, let's see what the healing element is. All right. Oh, gotta take that. These cards have jumped since I started this channel. All right, so look at this go. So the Seven of Cups this morning. So the Eight of Cups is really talking about, really taking the death from the death and taking those bones and putting them in a new pot and putting all your new ingredients and your newfound like emotions, things, and your newfound faith in things and pouring them into this new pot and really birthing something new with the Sheila Nigag in the middle of there. Like, this is really birthing something new and you're protected inside of this rebirth from whatever this clearance was and this injustice was. There's been this rebirth and this is bringing heaven to earth on the emotional plane. Like really bringing yourself into the fore and taking yourself into a place that you can bring from what you were, the ashes of the old, and bring something into the new. Like this. Okay. Okay. 3 more cards. Healing on it. Page of Arrows. Alright, so this is really talkative. This is a really talkative little chick. Like, the kid is like an air element, and they're talking about it. Intellectualize it. This is a lot of communications. This is emails. This is text messages. This is people talking. And so you might feel like there's a lot more going on. Like, and as you have this rebirth and you come out of this and you really talk about this clearance and what really is bringing passion to your heart, that's what this is about, this rebirth and really talking about where this is coming from. Again, it's time to make this change. This is a healing element. Talking about your rebirth is a healing element. All right. Let's see what we got. All right. Happiness. Because we're seeking happiness, my lovers. All right, because this is a love reading. So you're going to feel happy about your new place and your new place in the world and how you communicate that with people. You're really seeking happiness and joy from this hearth fire and this communication. Right? And there's communication, there's romantic communications that are coming forward. And there's going to be happiness. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel. We step over. We're talking about our rebirth and then we're really happy about it just here. All right. Excellent. If you've been searching and seeking, you are not alone. You've gone through this. You've let go of these repressed emotions inside of here. What you felt about this. All right. So one more healing card. The Shaman. Alright, so you've spent time on this spiritual quest. You have spent time to seek time with your inner self, your inner wisdom, your inner path. The Shaman is about taking this spiritual energy that you've been embalmed with, this passion, and bringing it into the physical realm and manifesting with real passion your happiness and your rebirth. Like really taking that energy of what you were seeking and that romantic love of it and making something new from this rebirth. From this position of injustice, you're able to manifest and be connected. And this is there's a real happiness inside of this. Massive, I might say. All right, the next 3 cards are the practical world, how we apply this to our 3D. Okay. So this is like our senses, and this is like, our thoughts, how we heal. And this is like our practical world. What do we got? Alright. Oh, sorry, blacked out. So we have the battery's gone flat, sorry. Should have it on charge, but it's in the other room. So this is the sun. So when we're talking about the sun, we're talking about, what reaching our arms out and really taking, reaching our arms out into the cosmos and really breathing that in and knowing that you're part of the cosmic whole. This is like the sun is going to shine on your endeavors inside of here. This is how we're going to take on the world, and we're going to grow, and we're going to reach out into the world. All right, we've got this reflection card again. This is the exact same card as the moon goddess. This is this lady. So this is really taking stock and hold and letting go of repressed emotions and seeing your happiness and, you know, really being involved with you're not alone, and being empowered and joyful, and looking back at this transition and in reflection and being able to let go and being able to heal from that and from in that transition. Okay, very Pisces card. All right, so what else we got for how we're going to apply? We're going to apply what we know and how we went through this transition. Got the sun and the moon sitting there. And there's going to be judgment. So this is you judging yourself. This is you judging your path. This is you, you know, really keeping an eye on that goal of what your path is and not being frightened of everybody. There's some sort of judgment in the air, which is going to have the sun and the moon. There's a balance of the reflection of what's going on in the past. But it really is like judging yourself, and how do you apply that to the world, and giving yourself a new sway in the middle of all of that. All right. So what the thing with judgment is like that bear is really big, right? And I say this every time, but if you have a look, this is what the actual aim is. All right. So it's forget the bear, like, and forget what other people are saying. Really keep your eye on the task. Really keep your eye on where you're going. All right. Gonna really keep my eye on that this doesn't go flat. All right. So 2 for our. Oh, let me just bring that down just a little bit. 2 for our partnerships. What have we got in partnerships for us? In our love. How we're sharing our love. Because there's a lot of happiness inside of here. Like, oh, this is taking stock of your faith. This is the woman of faith. This woman is a woman of action, this Queen of Wands. She is impassioned. She is empowered. Like, and she's got a little bit of a divining energy inside of her. She's a little bit connected with it all and her spiritual realm. This is like really being impassioned by that, and that's how people are going to see you in your partnerships inside of this. Or that could be somebody that you want to be involved in. All right, so but here we've got tradition. So we see this impassioned woman in her partnerships that are really, people are seeing the traditions of her evolve, and that there's a strength in traditions in the stones and what you are and who you are of being and how you got to where you are right now. So this is a real strength in our character. This is a real strength, and people are seeing that in your partnerships, that you really have this tradition that, you know, you're really empowered to move forward with. All right, so one more for our self-love. What have we got? One more card for self-love. Oh, so we move from the 9 to the 10. All right, so this is really, you know, that happiness. So we've got the 10 of Cups on the table, and we've got the 10. So this is really being, you know, that real stable stuff. This is legacy stuff where you really concentrate on where you're going forward, your career, where you're, you know, being happy in the home. When I was an opera singer, when I was being trained in opera, because I was never an opera singer, I just got trained in it, right? But when I got trained in opera, I went to a little old singer who didn't really think that I should be singing anything other than what she gave me. And she gave me 2 little hymns, and for 2 years I sang 2 hymns for 2 hours, 2 sessions a week, right? And one of them was called God Bless This Little Apple Tree, and the other one was Bless This House. And every time I see this card nowadays, I'm like, I blessed that apple tree, and I blessed that house like for years. Like, and it's really about that safe spot that you have, that sanctuary you have, your home, your, what means that hearth fire for you. Where does that heart burn? Like, where does the happiness lie? And so this is a real material card, and we move on from that traditions and who you make, and really making a legacy of yourself and where we go, and we move forward. So this is a real protective energy after everything, and it comes from this injustice in the world and really making a change in faith and what we believe in. So there's this joy that we need to take on, that we can make changes, and we did, and we do. Excuse me. So keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Your ancestors are with you, and you have the strength to make yourself happy and take on your impassioned world. So I really hope that that resonates with somebody out there, and I will see you in my other readings. Check out the weekly, it's out. I'm so happy to be here with you in this time. Mahalo.